Oh, shit. Hello. I've realized I've started off every recording with just saying hello. And I don't know why, but whatever. That is a Stumptown Coffee Roasters original cold brew coffee. It's a little like, it's the cutest freaking can I've ever seen in my life. It's this little like 8-ounce can. These are the first words I've spoken all day, by the way. I woke up and was on the computer and writing some stuff, reading some stuff. On my phone, obviously, because who the hell isn't? And these are the first words I've spoken. So I'm a little parched. Oh, when you taste stuff for the first time, not ever, but maybe sometimes, but where it grabs the sides of your face and it that's what that did. You know what I mean? I think you do. But yeah, this is day 2. It feels like I'm getting more comfortable being in this little room. I also have my phone free because I have an extension cord. The amount of cords that are coming into this closet, it's ridiculous. For as as put together it sounds, maybe it is a mess. But isn't that just what life is, dude? At least life now, there's a perceived put togetherness, but really everything's pretty fucked up. So we're all in it, we're all in our own shit. But we just like to, keep this facade up like we're put together. And that's just how we exist around each other, socially. I can't be my actual self in society, I feel like. This is getting way too, there's a word for it, but deep. I'm just going to move on. But yeah, episode numero 2. What if I'm still not ready for that coffee, dude. What's in this? All right, nutrition facts. 1 can, 5 calories, and absolutely nothing except for 116 milligrams of potassium, which is 2% of your daily value. Ingredients: cold brew coffee, water, coffee. Wow. The new diet is, that's pretty good. Keeping it, I know what's in my food. It's not really food, but I know what's in it. That's cool. There's no dextrose, sucrosasaurus, flaxination. I don't know. Weird, sugar things. It's just water and coffee in there. That's cool. And this little 8-ounce can. It's so cute. It's so cute. Oh, so cute. What if I did a bilingual podcast? Episode numero 2. Schozophronio. That sounds like Pinocchio, like Geppetto. Schozophronio! But well, because you can't really do subtitles with podcasts, like Spanish subtitles. Is that like something that the future could hold? Like podcasts playing out of your phone with like a projection of like subtitles? You think that's going to be a thing? Like visual aid with sound? I mean, that sounds like, yeah, there is. Or just do a video, which, well, what if I did it like a podcast? I mean, you could do the podcast for like the deaf that way then, right? It's just like the deaf. That sounds like I'm talking about the dead. What if I make a podcast for the deaf? It's just like nothing recorded, but it's an hour long, and it's on their phone, and they press play, and it's just the cursor moves from left to right for an hour. Maybe like an hour and 1 minute and like 13, 14 seconds. And then it ends. Podcast for the deaf. They can't. It's not rude. Okay? That is not offensive because they can't hear me saying it. What are they going to say? They can't. Oh my God. They can't say anything. They're not hearing this. So they can't say anything. So, like, sorry, but not sorry. I mean, that kind of makes me feel bad for, like, the whole podcast situation. Because that's, like, the podcast collective. It's like, because podcasts, you listen to them, and it's like people talking, but how do the deaf get involved? I guess what it is, and I'm standing, like, urinal situation again. I guess that's what the video thing, like recording a video and like doing that whole thing and like putting the closed caption up and having, subtitles and visual so you can listen to it without sound and still get the same experience. But if I were to do that, it's not like, if I were to do that, it'd be like, I don't even know how I would record in this closet, like visual, and it would be like this poorly lit closet, me in a hat, so you probably couldn't see my face because the light's coming from above, and this big number, like 23, Dustin Brown Kings jersey hanging because I'm in my closet. Closet cast. That, like, how would I do that? I don't have like a producer that like has things like I can't tell this guy like or girl. I can't tell someone over there like, yeah, so all right, I'm ready to go. Let's start recording. Boom, and they're like mixing, listening, giving me like visual aids. You know how there's those podcasts now that have like Blue Apron. You ever have fresh codfish to fry? Well, you can now. Fresh ingredients delivered right to your door. Like, I don't have that shit. I don't have any of that. I don't think I ever will. I don't know. But you know what I do know? If I did have a producer and I did have, like, someone helping me out, you know what they would have? They would have a fucking coaster. A sCOASTERphronios coaster. Whether that's a fresh baked slice of wood, slice of tree, or a piece of cardboard. Maybe it's a piece of paper I ripped. I guess it would have to be layered because the ring could still go through. Several pieces of paper ripped to go under your fucking can of Stumptown coffee. 8 fluid ounces or 237 milliliters of fluid, they would be using a coaster. That's for sure. And that would be, you know, SCOASTERphronios thing catching all the rings, dude. Catching all the condensation, avoiding those damn rings. Unlike Sonic the Hedgehog, all right? Because Sonic sucks. You see what I did there? Is that like a metaphor? Do you think Sega was making a metaphor there? Because if Sonic doesn't have any rings, like let alone one, and you get hit, you lose your life. Is that like if you don't have a ring, you're done? Sonic the Hedgehog, get married or die. Is that the message? Like, put a ring on it or you're dead. That's it. According to Sonic, yes. I don't approve. I don't approve of that. I'd rather be a plumber. Like Mario. All right. Enough of the video game humor. Maybe that's something to add to the list, though. This proverbial list I have. What's on the list? Make a jazz song, right? Coasters, obviously. SCOASTERphronios. 2 Z's. Subtitles. Futuristic subtitles. Podcast for the deaf. Video coverage of my recording experience. Schozophronio, the experience with subtitles for the deaf. That's the full title of every video cast I will make. That sounds, I mean, you know, it's considerate. And that's who I am. I'm a considerate person, you know? I don't know actually if I am or not. I think for the most. But another thing on the list, maybe fucking video game streaming, you know? Because I do that shit for my brother sometimes. Back when like Breath of the Wild, Zelda came out, I was doing that. My younger brother was watching it as he was driving. Like, I'm jealous of that data coverage because fuck. I can't watch, like, 3 weeks into my fucking month, and it's like, you're over. You're getting charged for more. Purchase more here for this obscene amount of money. Fucking Verizon. Like, thanks for your coverage. Fuck your data situation. Okay? But, yeah, my brother was watching me play Zelda as he like sat in traffic. That is so cool. But he was like the only one because like I was like pretty much playing that game and just like, hey, if you want to watch, whoop, and he gets like notified if I'm playing, and then like boom, he's there. So I think that would be pretty dope. Even though it'd be like, as far as I know, like maybe 3 people would be into that. But then again, it's not like I'm this alternate person. It'd just be like, hey, I'm playing this video game under this new name now. Start following this one instead of this one. So when I play games now, it's just going to be under this name. And don't watch me play games like you already do. But if you choose to, it's going to be here. Pointless. But it's on the list. So fuck you, list maker. I guess that's me. But the list, it's just a list. What are lists? I want to check off one of those things this month. 1, 2, or more. For sure 1. Let's start there. Let's aim low. I want to make that jazz thing though, but I think I know what to do. I think I know how to do that. can just be a lot of looping. It doesn't have to be long, but I could just loop that shit. Or like put it on repeat if it's like a clean end to it and then it just starts over again. Something like that. Because that would be nice to have, something a little subtle in the background. So it's not just complete silence, which I have achieved very well in this closet o' mine. In this house o' mine. Oh, man. This cold brew, dude. Should I have shook it? Shaken? Should I have shook it up? Shaken it up? Should I have shooken it? I don't think so. Maybe, if there's like any grinds in it. Are they like, oh, I don't know. Also, what if okay, let's continue this list here. So, let's recap. We got podcast for the deaf, subtitles, futuristic subtitles that project out of my phone. I think I could achieve that. I could do that. I'm pretty fucking smart. So let's just figure that out. Jazz song, maybe streaming video games. What about Instagram, dude? I started Instagram for this shit, and it has this Instagram is just, sorry, I'm like actually going on this. What if this Instagram? So I start this Instagram and it's just like me. Okay, Schozophronio. I'm sure no one has that, right? I won't look. Well, I could look that up now. But Schozophronio. Started Instagram. I have like I have like one post, like a follower, and the podcast, the Instagram for this podcast only follows like coaster companies. Like I just looked up, oh, is there? The Good Crafts. Oh, my stomach, dude. Did you hear that? Okay, they make some coasters. They're not exclusive coasters. Hand-painted coasters. Those look nice. Those look very nice. Ooh, yarn ones? Like handmade? Oh, you could put your candle on it? Oh my gosh. I search hashtag coasters. Whoa. Okay, there's like rock ones. Like made of rock. Oh, themed coasters? Oh, and then you get the roller coaster. That's not that kind of coaster. There is something there, though. Coaster. Ooh. Coaster game. Also, cutting boards, dude. Just slice the tree a little differently to maximize your wood space. Maximize your wood. Sorry, I had to realize I said that. Dude, I have never been so into coasters. Like leather ones? That's cool. There's like yarn, those handmade, whatever. Like, I mean, anything I make is gonna be fucking handmade, dude. Only. Excuse me. Yeah, dude. Okay, that's like, oh, those are leather. It looked like a pack of sliced tree, which is what I'm going for. Yeah, I think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna start a podcast, or keep telling myself that. You know how long I've been telling myself that? For too long now. Okay? For too long. I'm going to start an Instagram with this name, Schozophronio. Chad, I'm going to personally follow it. That may be the only follower. However, I will be following all of the drink coaster companies I can find. That's what's going to happen. And maybe some like dinosaur nerds. I don't know. I just like I want to learn more dinosaurs. Sorry. But yeah, dude. Fucking coaster life, man. Not roller coaster. Well, we could maybe throw some roller coaster in there. Yeah. But yeah, I'm feeling good. You know, I didn't drink yesterday. It's been like a couple days. Like 3 days ish of not drinking, and I can already tell like my mind is clearer when I wake up, which is like it's so nice to have like your actual mind, not like this cloudy, hazy, like tipsy mind, you know? So yeah, it's been nice, and it made me think about this book that I've been trying to like pick up and read again. It's called The War of Art. Break through the blocks and win your inner creative battles. And it's made by this book is made by Steven Pressfield, and I would like, it's kind of cool. It goes into like this whole thing, like how it brings up this resistance idea, that this kind of like pseudo being resistance keeps us from achieving our passions. Like, I'll just read the back of this book. Okay. It starts off with like some questions like, do you, bullet points, dream about writing the great American novel, regret not finishing your paintings, poems, or screenplays, want to start a business or charity, wish you could start dieting or exercising today, hope to run a marathon someday? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you need The War of Art. In this powerful, straight from the hip examination of the internal obstacles of success, best-selling author Steven Pressfield shows readers how to identify, defeat, and unlock the inner barriers to creativity. I can read. Shut up. The War of Art is an inspirational, funny, well-aimed kick in the pants, guaranteed to galvanize every would-be artist, visionary, or entrepreneur. $12.95 in the U.S. That's dollars. So it's like, it's pretty interesting to think about. It starts off like asking, it gives an example of this like lady who has like only 6 months to live with like terminal cancer or something. Like she's going to die. She's told 6 months. And so she's like, well, shit, I've always wanted to like, let's just say I'm just making this up, but it's like it's the idea that counts, right? Let's say she's like always wanted to make quilts. And this lady is like, all right, she always wanted to build cars. Let's keep it like, why does a woman have to make quilts? Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. Let's say this lady has always wanted to build a fucking car, and she's given 6 months to live, and she's like, well, fuck, I want to build a car. Finally, it's what I've always wanted to do. It's what I've been most passionate about in my life, so I'm going to do it. So she does it. So she's told she has 6 months to live, so she's like, all right, you know what? I quit my job. I'm going to fucking build this car because I only have 6 months to live. Fuck you. I'm going to do what I want, what I've always wanted to do. So she starts living out her life, doing her passion, and it's like physically and mentally improving her. Like she's happier. Like she's like an actual joy is taking place, and she's feeling like the most fulfilled she ever has. She's feeling accomplished. All of these things that are like mentally and physically like fulfilled now, like cures, like it, she's magically, whatever, because of the state, she's never felt better in her life. The cancer goes away. And why, the idea is, why can't we just live like that, like every day? Like, I don't want to hear that I have like 6 months to live, but it makes me think, like, if someone told me I had 6 months to live, what would I do? What would I be doing? I don't know. Like, what have I always wanted to do? I mean, what could I like tangibly do? Not like, I want to travel the world. I'm like, well, passport takes this long, and you just can't do that. You're going to die before that's even possible, sir. So you're fucked. But like, there's like, what would I do? What would I be doing today if I was told I had 6 months to live? I think, I think I would be talking into this thing, just like about whatever. Something like this. Which is like kind of a cool feeling to be feeling, because it's like what's most fulfilling at this time of my life is like feeling like I'm creating something out of my own, like that's my own. Like, this isn't going to sound the same. The words that I choose to say in the order that I'm saying them are not going to be the same for anybody else ever. And that's fucking cool. So I was just like flipping through it, because I've kind of gone through it once a while ago, but it's something that like I need to always, this book I'm talking about is something that like I can just pick up and like just go to any page and just read. So I woke up, saw this book on my dresser or whatever, picked it up, flipped it open, just whatever, because it's kind of like that book. It gives you like one paragraph things, and I started to do it like daily, where it's just enough to like give you a little like food for thought, you know what I mean? But not enough to like be too overwhelming with the idea of like this resistance being tied in with like what's keeping you from being like the most fulfilled you can feel today. Which is, I think that makes sense. Doesn't it? But I flipped it open, page 39. And so the top set, it's just one paragraph. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half-ish lines on this page. That's it. Across the page. And it says resistance and self-doubt. Resistance and self-doubt on the top. So this is it. Self-doubt can be an ally. This is because it serves as an indicator of inspiration. Of aspiration. Okay, let me start over. Fuck. Stay with me. Keep it. Okay, stay here. Don't go. Okay, let me start over. Okay, this is reverse. Resistance and self-doubt. And it goes on. Self-doubt can be an ally. This is because it serves as an indicator of aspiration. It reflects love of something we dream of doing, and desire to do it. If you find yourself asking yourself and your friends, am I really a writer? Am I really an artist? Chances are you are. The counterfeit innovator is wildly self-confident. The real one is scared to death. So that like I think that's cool because self-doubt is like something that I think everybody realistically struggles with, and especially like me with whatever this situation is that I'm doing. I mean, it just like sometimes as I'm like just talking into this thing, I'm like outside of myself, kind of like looking at the closet, hearing myself talk. This is all like metaphorically. And just like, fuck yeah, dude, you're doing it, bro. Like, whatever the hell is coming out of your mouth, who knows? But like, you're locked in and you're recording your voice. You're not locked in. Jesus, if I was locked in here, whew, nope. Can't live on coffee alone. Man cannot live on coffee alone, especially only 8 ounces. But I'm like, I think that's cool. Like, so I've dealt with self-doubt with this, which is like the only reason why I haven't done this, really. It's because like all those questions that like I ask, even in life, where it's like, well, who's actually gonna, like, if I don't show up, who's actually gonna care? Or like, if I do this, like, what? Who cares? It's like life goes on. But life, dude, it's like, what is that John Lennon quote? Like, life is what's happening while you're making plans, or while you're making other plans. Something like that. Maybe I should just actually Google that and get it right. But I think I will if I hate doing this shit. John Lennon quote. You probably already know it and you're saying it and you're like, oh, what a waste of time to like. All right, John Lennon quote plans, I guess, is what I'm going to Google. Not quite. It's quote with an O. Oh, dude. My fat thumbs, man. John Lennon quote plans. See if that works. Yeah, okay. Life is what happens to you while you are busy making other plans. So, I fucking forgot what I was. But no, yeah, like it's like no, yeah. Life life that like life goes on, whatever. But it's like so much of life is all that shit that you just push away like, whatever, like tomorrow's another day, cool. But like in the times that you're kind of like dismissing, it's still a part of life. Like no, you can't like cut out some of your life like that didn't happen, or like that's not actually happening, or the time like that you're taking a shit, that's not part of your life, so that like doesn't count. But all of that is what life is. So if I'm just saying like, oh, whatever, I'll just put it off like till tomorrow, whatever. Tomorrow's another day. I could just start it then, whatever. Like until tomorrow actually happens, I could be doing what I should be or like want to be doing. Is this at all interesting? Is this at all like making sense? I think it is. Basically, the point that like hit me this morning was like it's okay to have like this. I just like how I put it because it's like so relatable. Like, and so the last line of this thing that I read, the counterfeit innovator is wildly self-confident. The real one is scared to death. I feel like I'm fucking scared to death. Like metaphorically, obviously, but I'm always reluctant or nervous to do this stuff because it's like, is it actually going to be good? But there's something in me that's like, maybe not like creating my own content like this. Maybe that's not what I'm supposed to do, but like, I think getting behind a microphone in a booth with headphones on, maybe not a hat, sometimes, me always, so until I'm told otherwise, a hat, and like saying stuff into a microphone, I think that's what I'm supposed to do. And if this is like getting me to a point where I'm like just so comfortable, and when the time comes where that opportunity is like right there, I can just like, oh yeah, dude, assume the position, like sit down, boom, or just stand up, whatever, headphones on. I like see a microphone. I'm like, oh, dude, I know I'm comfortable here because I've like, it's what I've been doing, and it's what I like, it's where I feel the most useful, and like I can just be my actual self. I feel like the caffeine is sinking in, and it's like I'm gonna start tripping out. So you know what I mean though? You picking up what I'm fucking putting down? You smelling what I'm stepping in? Are you what are those other sayings? Are you sipping what I'm pouring? I don't think that's one, but that makes sense, right? Are you eating what I'm cooking? You cleaning up what I'm spitting out? You you flushing what I'm shitting? Regardless, at any rate, furthermore, therefore, yeah. So I think that's cool to just think self-doubt can be an ally. That like, because I'm nervous about something or like scared for it, something like creative like this, or like going on the internet and making a fucking like streaming video game stuff. Like if I'm afraid to do it, then it's only gonna be better because I care so much about it. But I also need to realize like I can't, not to use another saying, but like put all the eggs in that well, to not to, but to use another saying. I don't want to put all the eggs in that basket. So there's this balance of like, okay, I realize that anything creative comes with like a sacrifice of like myself, really, because it's like self-expression. And if the point of it is to like express myself for the act of doing that rather than the outcome of it, or like expecting an outcome like, this is who I am, and if you don't like it, fuck you, dude. Like that's not the idea. It's like, this is who I am. Uh, you're getting to know me a little better, or like you're getting to know a different like aspect of how I work or see things or view things. And when things happen to me and I use like however I'm creating to express those things, it's like mine and mine alone. So you're getting to know me a little better. So I think there's something to be appreciated by anybody who's putting out something of themselves in like this whatever medium, whether it's like painting or drawing or recording or singing, or I was going to say dancing, but I guess dancing, but it's I don't know. It just sounds weird. I'm not bagging on it. I'm just like, okay, that's just a little different. Like, all right. But you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's all I have. I think it was good. It's good, like food for thought. This book, the war. What is it called again? The War of Art. Jesus. But I think I might do that. Like it's good to. I think it's cool to have like to discuss how hard it is to create something while I'm creating something, because that's like it disarms it a little bit. It makes it less frightening or like less threatening to whatever I'm drawing up in my head. Like, oh, I don't know if people are going to listen to this or like it, but I'm going to talk about how hard it is and like the struggle of how hard it is to get myself behind this microphone. You know what I mean? So I'm going to, Anyways, coasters in the works. Not really. I just wish I had something like, yeah, so bada bing, bada boom. Schozophronio coming out. But yeah, I think the list is good. Gonna start working on some of that stuff. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll have like a quote from this book. I mean, I'm not like trying to get any, what's it called? When you get money from things that have been created already, or trying to like, what do you call that? What is that word? I mean, I'm not like, this guy's not telling me like, hey, talk about my book on your thing. It's cool and it's helping me like with this whole process. So I might as well like put it in the process, make it a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, episode 2 en el libros. En los libros. In the books. And I don't know if this is ever going to be published. Yeah, it's a good time nonetheless. And what's today? Thursday? Shit. I hope you have a killer Thursday. It's starting to it's starting to kick in, and I've only drank like, of the 237 milliliters, probably like 117 of them. So, damn. Yeah, have a killer Thursday, and I was gonna say I'll see you next time, but that's not gonna happen. Talk at you next time on Schozophronio.